We're going to try this out here and see how this works. There's a little part of my property just the other side of the road there. We're going to build a retirement home here, but we're going to have to clear some out. So not going to take trees out right here that you see. We're going to clean up the stuff, the small things and the loose stuff that's up under there. And then the property begins to run down that privacy line there. We're going to clear off this top of the hill up here that you're seeing, and we'll come back up it in a minute, but this is also part of our property. There's a ridge line kind of right there that we go along, and it drops off into a bottom down there. But this is, as we go through the property, there is a transmission line that we're walking down towards that you come up on, and that's an Alabama Power transmission line. We're going to take these trees out you can see in front of us in that little bunch right there, as well as those little pines, and get this cleaned up. Not sure everything we're going to do with this, but I'm thinking about planting some fruit or nut trees up on part of this where I can. Of course, I can't plant anything up under the transmission pole. So I'm walking around here, walking around that little stand of trees that you had there. You'll see in a minute when we get down there, I want to show you the pond, but before we get down there, I'm not going to go all the way. There'll be a little bit of clearing I'll do with the trees right there so that we got the full piece up here done. But I'm going to walk down and show you the little pond that's got a spring that's feeding it. The spring comes up in the corner of our property, the southwest corner, and we'll walk over that way in a minute. But you'll get a look at it before we begin to clear this out, and then I'll come back and do some more as we clean the property up and get out here and do what we need to do to get ready to build the house and stuff. So let me get over here closer to the pole. The pond's starting to come back up a little bit, but it's been so dry we still haven't had rain. You can see how the leaves have dried out on some of these trees and stuff. But you can see we got the pond. I want to clean up the pond. Look there. Goes big hawk up there. Look at him. But you can see some of the pond down through there. It's been down a little bit. I'll get over here where you can see it a little bit better to see that it's down, but there's a little dam we're going to clear off there that kind of makes a position between the pond and kind of the swampy area that's behind it. See, you can look over there, you can see that green sticking out. That's a little bit lower than usual that's there. I'm seeing something. We've got about a 4 to 6 foot alligator that we know comes in that pond. Can't tell if there's a stick in there, if that's that little alligator. Kinda, it's not real sunny, but out here. So we're gonna clear most of this up, clear down around the pond, get these smaller trees and stuff out here. You can see I'm looking down the ridge line. We're gonna clear out the underbrush under that, but most of that, we're not really gonna take the trees out. And so we're gonna have to get this cleared up, make it look real good in through here. You can see up there, you can probably see that truck up there through the trees. House is gonna go into that hillside up there. And that's where we're gonna build it. This ridge line that we've got here is where we're gonna end up with the septic tank. So if you can make out, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here. You can see those little orange flags there. That's part of the marking for the septic tank that's gonna go in. So I'm coming on around. Let me go under this thing if I can. Sorry about that. Now you're, again, looking back on the pond. Now you're starting to look down into the bottom. I'm gonna end up putting some, probably putting in a barn, putting in a garden and stuff. So I'm gonna clear a number of those trees out in the bottom down there, and we'll see how that looks when we finish up. So I'm gonna walk down in the bottom here for a minute or so. I'm gonna show y'all where the spring starts up, and then we'll call this a little trial, and this video kind of put a stake in it and say it's done. But you can see there's a lot of underbrush down in here. Again, you can probably see those. Let me try to zoom in again here. See those little stakes? That's where the driveway will end up going and coming down the hill in front of the house as we go down through here. Sorry about some of the jiggling around, but I'm walking down a hillside here and holding the phone and trying to watch where I'm going, not trip over anything or maybe step on some snakes. But now you can see the hillside a little bit better. That's where the house is going to go in, right up in through there when we get it excavated out of the hill. All right, we're getting a little bit clearer area where I had some things cleared out for a geotechnical survey earlier. Let us know what the soils were and stuff so we could validate the foundation that had been designed and stuff. So let me get on over here. A little warm today, particularly out here. I shouldn't say warm as much as humid. That's what it mainly is. Again, let me kind of scan around so you can see the bottom in here. I've gotten down into the bottom at this point. Still got about a minute or so to walk over here to get to where the close to the property line and where the spring comes up out of the ground. Got a little limb tripped up around caught up around my ankle and stuff in there. We got it out. All right, we're getting pretty close now down where the spring comes up out of the property. So let's get over here and get up to where it is. I'm first going to come up. It's going to be a little bit down from where the spring comes out, but you'll hear the spring running over here. You might can see a little bit of the spring feed down through there. So we're right at the spring head here. There's where it comes out of the ground right there. You can probably see a little bit of running. It wasn't running quite that good a couple of weeks ago when I was up here. You can see one little property marker there, but the real end of the property is on over the other side of where the spring comes out. So instead of having you watch me walk back, I'm going to stop it here. This will give you the first kind of feel, and then as we build the house and do things, I'll try to get additional videos done and let you see what the progress is. Thanks for joining.